is Maranda. I'm 31. I'm from originally High Point, North Carolina. I've got 3 boys. I've got a 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 4-year-old. They take good care of me. I like to say that they're the men of the house, but then I'm shaping them to be men, you know, in a woman's world. So it's very challenging, but I was raised in High Point, the oldest of 3 girls. Mom was a single mom growing up. That's where I learned everything from. My grandmother, I don't mean to choke up, but some strong women have raised me. But it took a village though, and not just my mother, but my grandmother big time, and my aunt. Go to church full time, very, very important. For Sundays, getting involved with the youth as a young age, 17. Being in my grandmother's house, that was kind of like a rule, so that was the situation. We had to go to church, and that was no curricular activities throughout the week. I don't know how to really explain myself other than I feel like, what's that word when you're just kind of, not stagnant, but idle. Trial and tribulation. When you're taking care of other things instead of the most important things in your own life, like bills and budgeting and your income, versus someone's, their welfare. Like there was a lady that I was taking care of that was from my church, and she was put in my care anyway. Well, when she passed away in May, I had her estate to handle, and I had never done anything like that. And it got me off focus of what I needed to do for me. And then whenever it got down to me and my bills and what I needed to do and close off, it was eviction. It was hard times really quick, Car was repoed. Things were just starting to kind of fall away from me a little bit. But I didn't fall away from myself. So I worked hard, and I went to go stay with my aunt in Walkertown. And I started working at a seafood shack and waiting tables. I was working every shift I had possible that was open. I had to. And at that time, with having 3 boys in the home, it's a lot to do with another family, and then you have your whole big family come in and live with them, So I started living in a hotel, but still working at Walkertown Seafood Shack. Around that time, you're paying $240 a week to stay in a hotel. Okay, well, if you budget that out with gas and everything else, it was a week, like a weekly rate, and the cheapest you can get in a nice area, in a decent area. At that time, it was hurricane season, so they were fluctuating, going really high, and no lows. And so I was driving every day from High Point to Walkertown. Now, mind you, my car was repoed, but I was able, in the meantime, being at my aunt's house, saving up money to get the vehicle I have now. So being very proud of that, to me, that was like a little thing, I've got, but it was really big at the time, because I achieved this, I did this, Mommy did this, and when I got the vehicle, that's when stuff got real. It was like, all right, it's your choices. Decision making, like that's the scariest thing I ever had to do. When do you make your move and how do you make your move? Or what's my best way to make it? We got 3 kids looking at you, waiting. And so, I just did it every day, day by day. At night, I had to work night shift. Kids, they're at home, that time. So trying to find somebody to babysit them and watch over them, it was hard to come by. So I took whoever I could at the time. That distracted me a little bit from my job. Not enough for my money though. But what money did I have, because it was all up for grabs from paying weekly rates. That's where it started, and that's when I met Karina Cole.